All right, guys, let's start it up. So I'm looking into, this list is going to be all holy grails, all kind of high-end stuff, mix of niche and designer, just things that I've had great experience with. As soon as run out of these, I'm going to go ahead and get a replacement bottle. So I'm really looking forward to this one because these are some of my heaviest hitters. These are some of my most statement makers. These are some of the ones that I've had some pretty great experiences with. So I'm looking forward to sharing this one. The caveat is I'm not featuring any cheapies. I'll do a cheapie version of this where, I'll go for the Middle Eastern and budget stuff more. No Alexandrias in this video, no Duas in this video, although there are a lot of them that I wear a ton. So just because they're expensive doesn't mean anything, but these are the ones that are like my luxury items. These are the ones that I have at the core of my higher end stuff. And I do think they're masterpieces. There is a big difference sometimes in construction. Even if you get a really great clone, sometimes the original just has a little special magic to it that the clone doesn't. They often do differ enough so that one is usable for one purpose and the other one's usable for another. So without further ado, I need to tell you guys that this is an honorable mention. Rasasi's Hawass is an honorable mention. It's beauty. I love it. It's freaking clean. This is the ice, right? I feature them both as kind of a 2-for-1 deal, right? So both of these guys equally as great, right? Cool snakes wound up on the bottles on the top. We have, this is like the bluer, more mass appealing version of the fragrance that just came out. It is in the more expensive range because when it did come out, it was $100. $75 I think is what I spent on this. It's very strong, so you see the fact that I use that much juice. Yeah, even though I have a huge collection, I do gravitate toward these quite a bit. I haven't had Hawass that long, and I've already almost gone through this whole bottle. So yes, Rasasi's Hawass, and actually a couple of Rasasi's fragrances have made it onto my videos multiple times. So both of these are sick. I could do more of a review on them, but they're such hype beasts already, and I featured them in my other videos that they get the honorable mention spot. And then second honorable mention, Bentley for Men Intense. This thing, I gotta smell it. Boozy, spicy, vanilla, rum, whiskey kind of thing going on. Yeah, it smells like alcohol. I always thought this was like a prank that they were playing. Bentley, they're a car company making a fragrance that if you were wearing this fragrance and you got pulled over, you smell like you're drinking. It actually smells like you're drinking. In the late dry down, which it's a beast mode fragrance, I don't even need to use that much. My friend has worn off my bottle. I gave him 10 mLs of this or something. It's still plenty in here. It looks like a full bottle. Everyone that smells this fragrance, they love it. I didn't understand it at first when I first got it, and I had it on the side, and I was like, I don't know how, because I was really new to fragrances, and I all of a sudden got this super potent beast, but it eventually dries down to this really, really nice, kind of rummy, warm, spicy vanilla fragrance. Love it. Boozy as they get, and it smells so expensive. This is a cheapie though, so it does get an honorable mention on the list. When I do my cheapie masterpiece videos, or the my favorite ones, my favorite affordable fragrances, or my low budget holy grails, this is a low budget holy grail. Okay, that's what I'll call it. Thanks for helping me figure that out. I wore this today, and I've had it since December, so I've had it for about 8 months, and I love it. It's really strong. It lasts all day. It doesn't really get crazy amounts of compliments, right? This is Mancera's Cedrat Boisé. Mancera's a niche house. They're usually talked about as the entry point to niche perfumery. Niche is a company that only makes fragrances. They specialize in it. Usually throughout all their fragrances, their construction, you can smell their artwork. You can smell that the same company made all of these different ones, even if they're very different. And I just love how this comes together. It's like their answer to Creed Aventus. So bottle presentation is nice. It's kind of expensive. You know, I think this was 120, but it's 120 mLs. It's a big bottle. It's going to last you a long time. And I love how it makes me feel when I wear this. I wore it today, sprayed a ton of it on. I feel confident. It smells great. So some of the key things with this: smoky, kind of birchwood or black currant. The notes really, it's not what makes it for you, like what makes you a good understanding. But if you smelled Creed Aventus, it's got that DNA in it. It's like this juicy, sort of sweet. There's some white musks underneath it that make it like kind of like sweet as it dries down. But the takeaway for me, the most prominent note that I love, there's this leather that kind of keeps going the whole time you're wearing it. Just this leather, very soft leather note that's like hidden in this. And it's very masculine fragrance. It's a masculine fragrance, like really complex and nice masculine fragrance. You could spray a ton of it. I don't like the original Cedrat Boisé. This is the intense version. I mean, I like that too, but this is the one that I ended up having to buy because really that's what's up. Okay, it's just great. So, Cedrat Boisé, masterpiece. Here's another masterpiece. As soon as I got the sample of this, I knew I was buying the bottle. And you guys might also think that just looking at the bottle, it's crazy. Okay. So the perfumer behind this is the same guy who designed the bottle, and he's an artist. He designed all this. He's like Tool, right? I don't know if you know the band Tool, but basically this is Lamar by Kajal. It's got like that Alex Grey kind of like design on the top. It reminds me of the Lament puzzle box from Hellraiser, like a lot, very much so. It's very beautiful. So this fragrance smells as beautiful as it looks. It's unisex and it could be feminine. There's like rose and jasmine, I think, in the mids, and then you got like this sweetness, like candied kind of pineapple thing, like a fresh kind of pineapple. And it's like sugary and beautiful, and it just keeps going. I think there's some woods and stuff in the base, but yeah, it's hard to explain this one. If you ever smelled Baccarat Rouge 540, it's almost like down the street from this. It's like its cousin, right? And it's in my opinion, better cousin. Like, it's just great. It's absolutely great. So this one knocked me out of my friggin' seat. I love it so much. It's very different. How you feel wearing this, it could, if you're like a really manly man, maybe not, but if you want to go outside of the box and definitely smell different. Sometimes I wear it to work, but I don't really frequently do that. I try not to. It's more of like a date, more of like a fun day out fragrance. It's just really beautiful and unique, and if your personality will permit it, you can get away with something like this. It's very nice. You and your significant other can also wear it together. Fairly unisex and very sensual, very sexy, very alluring, and sweet, right? Definitely don't sleep on Lamar. A lot of people, Lamar, I could see that being like on everyone. Just, I could see that being like viral or whatever, however you want to categorize that. It could go viral easily. Darley, gentlemanly. Okay, this is Parfums de Marly Darley. It's expensive. It is a masterpiece. Just like everything else I'm going to show you today is a friggin' masterpiece. Darley's awesome. Let's take a look at the side. See, it's got the Darley around the side. 125 ml bottle. Got the racing horses on the front. This is Parfums de Marly. They tend to have very nice fragrances, okay, all around. They're a luxury house. You can look at them in Saks Fifth Avenue. They have a lot of great ones. You know, they always talk about Leighton basically as like the, you know, star child or whatever. The most important fragrance in their house basically is like Leighton, I think, as of this year. But this one surpassed all of them for me. I got samples of a lot of them. Honorable mentions Greenlee, but I don't own it. I've only sampled it and gotten clones of it. This one though, I've already done like a good amount of time talking about it. Basically, the takeaway is this is a barbershop fragrance, but like soft and sweet and not oak mossy and like astringent. So it's all the sweetness and white florals and sandalwood and just like this creamy kind of sensual cleanness. You can spray a lot. You should probably spray a lot of this when you're wearing it. It is not a performance beast. It is luxury. It is safe for a lot of environments. So you can wear this to like work all the time. You could wear this to a date. I would wear it to a job interview. It's very nice. I've gotten compliments on this from a lot of different age groups, if people even smell it. But it's one of those dumb reaches. If you don't know and you're not sure and you want to impress, but you don't want to like make a statement, this is good for that. So yeah, this could definitely do the trick. It's very, very likable, okay? But also still masculine while being a little bit sweet. Definitely sweet and soft and sophisticated and gentlemanly, very gentlemanly, without being like one of those overdone like barbershop fragrances. Smells like the shaving cream, like beautifully whipped shaving cream. Kind of just got a clean Barbasol kind of thing going on. And then maybe you're wearing something sweet as well on top of that. The woods in this, there's Gaiac wood and sandalwood, and like those come out when you're wearing it later. I got this for like $180, I think. So, you know, do some sampling. Go to the store and smell it. Spray a bunch of it on your arm and just walk around. I love this one. Darley's friggin' awesome. I'm gonna leave it right there. Let's talk about a new one that I got, and holy crap, I got into this house all of a sudden. Yeah, okay. I was sleeping on this house. I had no idea that this was like such a formidable, because it's like a 30 ml bottle. Nasomato, they're Italian. This is Baraonda by Nasomato. I don't even know what held me back all this time from getting into this house, because it's just like ridiculously good. It's so nice and it's very me. Okay, let's do a little bit. It's a cork top, little 30 ml, right? You're paying high price for beautiful. You're paying high price for a 30 ml here, but it's really high quality stuff. It's beautiful. It's gonna last me a while because it's strong. They did a good job on this. It's very strong. So it's got a smoky firewood kind of thing. Very, very little amount of that, but that is the theme, okay? Sweet too. There's a whiskey thing going on, but I don't really get too much crazy on the whiskey after a little while. It is a whiskey fragrance, thus the cork top. Baraonda is very sophisticated and beautiful. I do really like this. It's like a manly fragrance, smoky woods, depth, darkness, right? But very, still, I'd say mass appealing and fresh, and it's just so original. And I like things like this. So what's coming next? I got Pardon on the way. So I hear Pardon in this house is also one of their best. So it's on the way. I'll definitely be chopping that one up and taking a look at it. Presentation on these is outrageous. I love how this bottle looks, and I love how all of them look with the unique tops. Nasomato, man, Italian perfumery, Alessandro Gualtieri, look him up. He's definitely a really great designer and marketer. On top of that, his fragrances are beautiful, and they smell like they used expensive stuff that's not normally in everything, because it's just this high quality. And like an adventure in the bottle, like the way he constructs, very artistic and beautiful constructions on these. So when I'm talking about the fragrance, right, how it smells, it's very gentlemanly, very appropriate for like, you just want to like, you're dressed up and you want to be like super sexy. Like, this is manly, okay? It's a bit manly. It's woody. It's mysterious. I can't wait to smell the rest of the house, okay? I'm very excited for this. Nasomato Baraonda. Don't sleep on it. I slept on it. I don't know why I slept on it. Probably because of the small bottle, to be honest. That's how shallow your boy Johnny is. So, yeah, Italian perfumery. I have One other thing from an Italian perfumer that I know of, that I'm knowledgeable that it's Italian, and that one's really nice too. That's the Tiziana Terenzi line, but I didn't go any deeper than just getting one of his. This one though hooked me. Now I'm going into the house. I love the house. I want to save up slowly over time, grab one of these at a time, because the way he mixes down just right for me, the way I look, the way I think I look, the way I present, the way I think I present, it all just matches up for me. And this speaks to me on a manly way. It's the same way Kajal made Lamar, and that speaks to me when I'm feeling a little bit more open, a little bit more adventurous, playful, sweet, sugary, sexy maybe. Maybe I'm looking nice and I want to match that with the smell. This thing's adventurous, right? But this one's more like, you are a handsomely done man. You're braced your masculinity. You're going for it. There's like a smoky darkness. Man, this thing's great. Sweetness too. Whiskey a little bit on there. Just sexy stuff. I would wear like a blazer, brown leather shoes, just rock it, you know. Collar. Absolutely love that one. And in the same vein is the next one. All right. This one, Dior Homme Intense. Dior Homme Intense. I wore this when I proposed to my fiance. Dior Homme Intense is worthy. Middle of winter, snow's on the ground. This is it. Winter fragrance for me, for sure. Very complex. Very complex. You should smell this before you go ahead and go to buy it or something, right? A very complex fragrance. It is sweet, woody, not floral or anything like that. Has an iris though. The iris in this is, they say, I've heard people say makeup bag kind of smelling. And yeah, like lipsticky kind of almost. Yes, I can see how people get that. That's the best way to describe it, right? That lipstick bag kind of smell. But yo, I'm telling you, it's not that. Not too much like that. I think there's some leather in here too. I get like this like manly facet, even though it's got that sweet. It's cool on the cap. If you can see the little bug, he's like kind of a little bug on the cap there, and it's underneath the cap as well. Oh man, very nice. So this is Christian Dior. Okay, this is like over $100 you're gonna spend on something like this. I had the Dior Homme original from 2020, Dior Homme 2020, and I did like it, but it's just not me. So I gifted the bottle to someone close to us, along with Bleu de Chanel, which I gifted to someone close to us. You know, I like to be generous, and I like to give really nice things to people who deserve it. So if you have people in your life, get them a little gift. You only live once, goes a long way, right? This makes a really great gift for a man, but it's not for everyone. So you might have to really know your target audience before you get someone this. For me, I knew this was me from the get-go. It's complex. It's definitely unique. Nothing smells like it. Maybe clones of it exist now. I don't really care. I don't have any of them. So this is the one that does it for me, Dior Homme Intense, okay? The Intense version. I have to recommend this, all right? If you're looking for something like for dressed up, date nights, you're looking good, you're feeling good, darkness, you're outside, a little colder weather for sure, this thing does the trick, okay? Dior Homme Intense, very beautiful. Very beautiful. Love it. So yeah, special fragrance to me. These are very common fragrances, okay? Well, these. It's really one fragrance, but I have to show you both because I still can't decide which one that I like more. You know, I think I like one more, and then I go and smell the other one, and here I am back again. Dolce & Gabbana, the one. This is the Eau de Parfum, right? The gradient on the bottle, right? And then this is the EDT. This was the first fragrance I bought when I got into fragrances, okay? So this is the first fragrance I've ever got. About 3 years ago when I got into fragrances, maybe a little longer. Dolce & Gabbana, the one. This is the EDT. I characterize the EDT as a little bit sweeter. Masterpiece, absolutely. Anything with this DNA, cloning it and stuff, they do a great job all along the line, but I really do like the originals. Masculine, beautiful, absolutely can't go wrong. There's cardamom in it, which I think I smell cardamom in it. Woodiness, ambers, so it's kind of a warm fragrance. And it's got this sweetness going on. I think maybe from the cardamom. I could be wrong. There's not like a vanilla thing going on, but definitely a sweetness and a sophisticatedness. And you can just spray the hell out of this thing. You can't go wrong. You can't spray too much. I definitely don't think you can't spray too much. So Dolce & Gabbana, the one. Definitely worth smelling. I feel like it's a staple for like anyone's collection. And it is a designer brand. But when Dolce & Gabbana like nails it, they have a bunch of fragrances that actually nail it. They nail it like masterpiece level, okay? They do have a lot of misses that I don't like, but I'd say Pour Homme and this one really are like the highest level ones that I definitely recommend to everybody. I don't really know if I like the light blue line. I think the light blue for women smells great, but the men's ones, even the O Intense and stuff, this is the one that stands out to me. Dolce & Gabbana, the one. Definitely beautiful. That one I'd say is lighter and sweeter. And then this one I'd say is a little bit more in the woods, a little bit darker. It's the Eau de Parfum, so it's a higher concentration. A little bit spicier maybe too, a little bit more in the amber. So a little slightly, just so slightly different, right? But a little bit less sweet, okay? So if you had to decide which one, you just gotta go spray them on. I mean, these are the ones that I love. I use the crap out of them, and I have a clone that I can't talk about, but I do have a clone house. The Dua house did make something that I wish I could show you now, but I can't, so it's not on the list. I have two more, and then I'll leave you all alone. Jean Paul Gaultier, Les Parfums. Les Parfums. This is the mature one. This is the most like adult one. This is the most manly one out of their whole line. The Elixir I have, I don't ever wear it. I do like it, but I never wear it. This one though is the only one that I pick up and wear. All right, that's it. This one, and then Le Beau EDT. Okay, but this is a different thing. This isn't like a holy grail masterpiece crazy thing that I love. This is just like my summer vacation fragrance. This one though does the job. You're a gentleman. Smells fun, smells sexy, has life to it. It's constructed nicely. It smells like a Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance. So this line of Lamel smells like that, but it's modified to a degree that kind of brings out that more mature. Spray it. These are sweet. There's pepper, lavender, that sweetness that's like a vanilla done, but they toned it down a little bit on the sweetness and that kind of loudness. And this is just sophisticated, a little bit of their darker kind of approach. Nothing too dark. It's definitely still playful and fun. This is the black bottle, right? If I had to recommend one, it's this, okay? The Les Parfums. You can get it for a lot of different prices. I think I got this in a lot that I bid on, which I don't like to do too much. I just kind of randomly got a lot like last winter. This is now maybe 10 months ago I got this. And I got the lot for like $80 and I got like 3 fragrances. So yeah, this came in like a really awesome lot that I did not have to spend too much money on. So it's nice. You can spray a lot of this on you. I gave a sample of this to my friend and he was just like, yo, that's amazing. I love it. This is, and for good reason. If you're feeling sweeter, you know, I recommend this to someone who could be a little bit playful but still want to be taken seriously. Definitely like Lamel Les Parfums. And then Final Spot. Final Spot is very controversial fragrance. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is Tom Ford's Black Orchid. Very controversial fragrance, at least in my head, okay? This thing, it could be hated, it could be loved. I've heard things said about it that are out of control in both directions. People rave about this as like a masterpiece. They cry about how good it is. And then also people cry about how bad it might smell to them. It smells different on everyone, and that's probably the key to this fragrance. It's very complex fragrance, okay? If you look at the notes, there's so many notes. I've covered this before and broke down the notes. A lot of florals, spicy, dark, earthy as well. Chocolate patchouli kind of in it as well. Cacao is in it. You have truffle in it. You have these florals that come through like mature, maybe even rose. This thing, it's like a spicy grandma. This is a Jilf in a bottle, right? Now, don't take that the wrong way. That's partially a joke, but I can see how people think of a grandma when they smell this. But the first person I smelled this on was a guy, and he had a white beard, and he was all kept nice, you know, rings, watch, older guy, big white beard, dressed to the nines all the time, always dressed nice. I smelled this when he walked in, and I was like, what the that's crazy. And the florals were coming out like beautiful in the air. And I had to go up to him and be like, what are you wearing? He didn't even know what he was wearing. He was like, it's a Tom Ford. I was like, can you show me the bottle? Like I started pulling pictures of the bottles up, and I thought maybe Black Orchid. I never smelled it. And he was like, yeah, it's that one. And he saw the Black Orchid bottle, and I was like, okay, that's on my radar. Done. I got it. Do I wear it a lot? This is my winter stuff. This is winter fragrance on the weekends. Do not wear it to work, please. You know, date nights, yeah, you can. Definitely rock these on date nights. Semi-formal, but a little bit loud, so be careful if you're wearing this to, like, I don't know, any kind of really formal event. I wouldn't really wear this to someone's wedding or anything like that, but maybe you can. Right, this is awesome, but definitely a niche kind of perfumery in this. Definitely controversial, definitely a work of art, right? I love it. Tom Ford's Black Orchid. It's expensive. This is a 100 ml bottle. Definitely a weird looking little bottle. It's got those vertical lines. I have another one that's counterpart. I think it's the Le Beau. Beau de Jour. I'm sorry. Tom Ford's Beau de Jour has those vertical lines too, but it's a clear bottle that's like beautiful green, kind of like liquid in it. I did cover it in my lavender video. And it's also recommended as a gift to men, for masculine men, or like barbershop kind of clean shaven men. This is the opposite of that. This is like a dirty, floral, spicy, dark freaking fragrance. Black Orchid, there's orchid in it, obviously. You smell that, and black is the perfect, the tone that this sets, the darkest of the florals that I've really smelled. You know, you could get like oud rose fragrances a lot. This ain't doing that. But I could see if they just threw oud in this, it probably would be really good. But I'm glad that this is the way it is, and this smells the way it smells, because this one's absolutely cool, super unique in the collection. And if I want to make a statement and smell a little bit different and push it and be like a little wild, this one's great, especially in the cold air. I love it in the cold air. It smells so good in the cold air. Smelled it on someone else, and that was like it for me, right? Definitely recommend if you're feeling a little crazy and you got a little bit of money to spend. There's other things to get first for your collection, but Tom Ford's Black Orchid, if you're feeling interesting, if you want to go a little bit wild, something definitely a controversial phrase. Some people might absolutely hate that, and some people might love it. Yeah, that Jean Paul Gaultier is smelling good on my arm right now. So, as you see from all these fragrances, I get stuck in these dilemmas all the time. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna wear? Like, I gotta look nice. I gotta, like, to an event, to a date. And I'm sitting here like, damn, I have all these to choose from, and there's more. There's the budget cheapies that I sometimes take over these, and I'll show you those in another video. If I had to if I have to tell you guys one that's been on my mind, like all the time, it's one of these two that's just always on my mind. Lamar by Kajal. Like, please listen to me. This thing's awesome, okay? It's beautiful, a little sweet, a little sugary, a little different, a little floral. Roses carry it in the mids, but damn, the pineapple in that smacks, super sugary. And then other side of the world right here, masculine, woody, smoky, whiskey scent, Nasomatos Baraonda. This has got me like perplexed right now. The other one had me fucked up for a while, okay? So I'm into this. I love these, and it's really fun for me to show you them. Should you just go and buy any of these? No. You got to know your taste a little bit with some of the more expensive stuff. And if you can sample it, definitely sample it, but it isn't the same. Sometimes I get a sample more often than not. I use the sample, I get the bottle, and it doesn't really smell exactly the same. I don't know what it is, whether it's psychological or not, but it does happen. This one I blind bought, okay? And I'm so happy I blind bought Baraonda, okay? Baraonda. The thing is beast. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna make a budget kind of holy grail video next. Like the ones that aren't all marketed high up, they're not expensive, but they still get more wear than some of these. You know, I pick up some cheapies more than you think. I wear Alexandria fragrances a ton. Love so many things they've made. Dua fragrances a ton. I wear so many things they've made, etc., etc. Middle Eastern houses make some great stuff, so you're not cornered into getting one of these kind of expensive fragrances. You can branch out and you can find some real great hidden gems. Anyway, thank you guys for everything. I'll catch you on the next one.